AI is transforming education by providing both teachers and students with new opportunities for what is possible in learning and teaching. In implementing AI in the classroom, we took the approach of ensuring students first gained a sound understanding of an area before introducing AI. This was done through examining concepts and content, and then the use of journal articles from prominent scholars. Students then had some pre-reading on AI, its uses, benefits, limitations, and ethical considerations. We then discussed this in groups and as a class, and then students applied the AI to the area of study, and they critiqued this, and synthesized what AI had provided with their existing knowledge to produce the best possible understanding and final product. This approach was taken since I was well aware of the many uses, benefits, and limitations of AI. I was also mindful that students don't have a consistent understanding of these areas, depending on their AI literacy. So it was good to gain a common understanding of how AI can gainfully be used and issues to be mindful of. Additionally, having students gain a sound understanding of the area made them better able to critically think about AI, how to prompt it, and then how to critically apply its output rather than accepting it verbatim. This meant they could synthesize their existing understanding with the understanding they gained from the AI output. Staff should focus on ensuring students first have a sound understanding of the topic area and are then provided with an understanding of the uses, the benefits, the limitations, and ethical considerations of using AI. At this point, students can then apply the AI responsibly and ethically, so they gain a better overall understanding. The approach used effectively became an inductive model called the RECESS model. This is an acronym where R is for research, students gain a sound understanding of the field of study, and the staff member works collaboratively with students in directing them to leading authors and journal articles, and students are shown how to use these. The E then focuses on examining, analysing, and evaluating. These materials need to be examined, analysed, and evaluated for major themes and key issues. The C is collaborating and communicating, having a group and class discussion about their existing understanding. At this point, we then move on to the E, which is extend to using AI tools. This is where we provide students with some simple pre-reading on benefits and limitations of using AI, then discuss these as a class. There are a number of topical issues in the news quite regularly. Then have the students think of useful prompts for AI based on the topic you are studying. They should then gain the outputs from these prompts. We then move on to S, where we have students survey and reevaluate. Students should now survey the AI output and examine what it can add, where it is useful, but also where it is deficient. And then on to the final S of synthesis. Students can now synthesize their existing understanding with what they have gained from AI for a better overall understanding and/or product. And to give you an example of how we did this in a multidisciplinary course, when we were looking at a range of economic problems and business problems, including issues such as flight delays, causes of high costs for airfares, we would direct them to some research on a few different journal articles and take them through and actually look at what are some of the key themes here, what are some of the causes of either flight delays or high costs. We would then get them to examine, analyse and evaluate this. They would go through and do this individually, and then they would discuss it in groups in class, and then moving to the C with the collaborate and communicate, where they would then, as we said, both in groups, but then as a class, discuss what were some of the major themes. With the E, we then extended to AI and we got them to ask ChatGPT based on some of the prompts that they came up with about flight delays or high flight costs. They then went in and surveyed the output, and it did provide a lot of very good output, but there were also areas that were not context specific to Australia. So for example, snow being a major cause of flight delays, unless you're flying to the US or parts of Northern Europe, is not going to be an issue in Australia. And then finally, we moved to the second S of synthesis, and we got them to actually synthesize the information they had taken from that research on causes of flight delays or causes of increased costs, and then put that with the critical perspective they gained from their AI output and put that together for a final product, and then incorporated that with some quantitative analysis that they'd also done. So all the very best in implementing the recess model in your class. Students will be very thankful that you have shown them how to responsibly and ethically use and consider AI in their work. And if you do have any questions, please do reach out to me. Thank you.